Have you ever wondered how music travels from your headphones to the main platform? It's sort of like a hip combination of finance and music. Artists, record labels, and streaming applications are all doing this amazing dance. They make sure everyone has a fair portion of the pie, distribute songs, and figure out how to get them everywhere. If you want to know how the music industry works, make sure to keep watching this video till the end. A song's composition or sound recording copyright is partially owned by stakeholders. Sound recording artists generate sound recordings, and songwriters typically compose music. A music publisher may receive the songwriter's share of the piece, a record label may receive the recording artist's share of the audio file. Each of these recognitions will utilize the copyright on behalf of the author in return. A portion of the money made as a result of the copyright's exploitation, known as royalties, will be paid to the creators by record labels or songwriters in accordance with the terms of their respective agreements. A contemporary substitute for this is provided by service firms, who perform the customary functions of a record label and/or music publisher without necessitating the transfer of any rights. When a musician creates, they're essentially molding their piece. At this point, the melody is created, the song takes shape, and any necessary words are written. When a piece of work is produced, it becomes a particular recording. A producer is involved in this process. Since they control the means of production, they create the album or single, take ownership of it, and get paid. They are therefore compensated with sales proceeds from the recording they made. They pay royalties to the artist after they're paid. It is possible for an artist to be their own producer. A music publisher may be involved after that. Their goal with this musical piece is to make money and control it. The song will be played on the radio, as well as used as background music for TV shows, movies, and advertisements, in an effort to reach as many people as possible. Additionally, this aids in the musician's music's popularization. The publisher receives a portion of the artist's copyright, up to 50%, in exchange for doing this. Connecting the producer with the consumer and enabling the project to be sold are made possible through marketing. This includes things like merchandise, album covers, and music video designs. This stage is typically overseen by record labels, who are in charge of linking a product to its brand, assisting a musical endeavor on the market, and assisting the artist in furthering their career. Labels have the power to influence an artist's image, and in certain situations, frequently assume creative direction. This is an important stage since it decides if the project will be profitable. In the last 20 years, the retail industry, once dominated by titans like FNAC and Virgin, has undergone significant change. The advent of the internet and streaming significantly decreased barriers to entry and distribution expenses. Before, for example, you can never hope to be sold on record store shelves without signing with a label. Once you sign with a label, for example, you can never aspire to be sold on record shop shelves. However, with the advent of the internet and streaming, these hurdles to entry were significantly eliminated. All musicians were able to have their music disseminated abroad at a very low cost thanks to the 1998 founding of CD Baby, which first concentrated on the wide distribution of physical albums before shifting its attention a few years later to streaming platforms. In the past, being signed to a record label was a prerequisite for success as an artist. Before social media became a tool for music promotion, and when everyone can make music, you would have needed a record company to pay for your studio time and promote your song. Record labels continue to be a major player in the business and represent many well-known performers, but now they nearly seem outdated and are not as necessary as they were before. There are two kinds of labels for records, both independent and major. The big three major record labels are Warner, Sony, and Universal. Additionally, there are other smaller independent labels that frequently focus on particular genres. A&R departments are common in record labels. Artists and repertory is what A&R stands for. These departments will seek out and nurture artists, frequently molding them into marketable products. Record labels have the right to restrict an artist's creative license in part or in full at this point. These businesses have a large audience, which means they will draw a lot of attention to your music and possibly generate some income. The majority of the money made by your music will go to the label because large labels typically split the artist's earnings 20 to 80%. In addition to providing the artist with an advance, record labels will cover the cost of the music's creation, promotion, and release. Since many musicians don't actually write their own songs, songwriters are often compensated to write songs for other performers. Music publishing businesses are frequently used by songwriters to sign them, promote their songs, and ensure that the songwriters receive compensation for any commercial usage of their work. Publishers of music will also search for chances to license their works. Royalty collecting companies like PRS in the UK can also retrieve songwriting and composition royalties for songwriters and composers. Producers and studio engineers are equally crucial to the process of creating recorded music. Their technical, artistic, and interpersonal abilities are used to record, mix, and master songs. They also interact with performers and motivate them to perform to the best of their abilities. With the increased accessibility and affordability of music production these days, an increasing number of musicians are able to self-produce without the need to pay for costly studio time or sign with a record company. The rise of the artist and producer has transformed the music industry, allowing a vast number of people to self-release their music, with social media serving as their primary marketing platform. Music is released after it has been recorded. At the moment, the majority of music is made available digitally for streaming and other digital platforms. Record companies will handle all of this if an artist is signed to one. However, self-releasing musicians will go through a digital distributor, who will release the music to all necessary platforms, including iTunes and Spotify. Radio airplay is another avenue for the artist's song to be heard. Additionally, this will increase the artist's visibility. Live events are, of course, a major component of the industry, one of the greatest methods to catch a performance by your favorite musician or band. Additionally, performing and selling products is a fantastic opportunity for artists to promote their music and themselves while also making additional money. Playing live events entitles performers to performance royalties. Remember that these live performances couldn't take place without the assistance of lighting and sound professionals. Live engineers are essential to the way the show looks and sounds. A poor sound system can give the audience the impression that the act isn't very good. In addition to producing the finest sound and mix possible, sound engineers frequently need to solve possible issues quickly to ensure the concert runs smoothly and safely. In order to get your music out of the dark and into the light, this is the last and most crucial step. Promoting your music musically entails reaching as many people as you can with it and making sure it gets as many streams and sales as you can. To get your music disseminated and broadcast as much as possible, you need to reach out to playlists, get in touch with the media, that is, TV, radio, print, and online, and increase your profile on social media. The last and possibly most crucial step to bringing your music out of the dark and into the light is this one. The goal of musical promotion is to spread the word about your project as widely as you can in order to maximize sales and streams. In order to get your music shared and broadcast as much as possible, you must get in touch with the media, TV and radio, print and online press, playlists, and social media networks. Good news! Thanks in large part to music promotion social networks and platforms like Groover, which let artists get in touch with the media, playlists, and radio stations, music industry professionals directly and ensure that their messages are heard and responded to. Artists can now manage their own music promotion. A lot of other professions specialize in music and are also involved in the music industry. Music lawyers, for instance, focus on and handle legal issues related to the music industry, like copyright violations and sample clearances. Another employment role in the industry is manager for artists. They strive to provide their artists with the finest deals and jobs possible. They frequently rely on collecting a portion of their artists' earnings to cover their costs. Thus, that ought to clarify what is meant by the term music business. These are the basic principles governing how the music industry functions, albeit it is always changing and developing. If you love watching this video, leave us a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such amazing content.